Alright, this is our STEM building, and we're going to design the floors now. In the last video, I think I forgot how to show you the texture, so if you're not familiar with how to do that, what you can do is go to Window, and then go to Materials, and then it pulls up this window right here, and you can select from a variety of different materials. I'm going to select brick, and this one right here, and then just paint that wall right there. You can see how that looks next to the background. And you can try some of these other textures if you don't like how that one looks. And you can also find gravel for the roof. But now to phase 2. So I've already uploaded my image for phase 1, which was a large scale structure. Phase 2 involves this grid right here. Again, right clicking on that image or this link right here, save target as, and save that to the desktop. I think it's already on there actually. Alright, and then of course load up SketchUp, and we can go to templates. I think an engineering template would be good in feet. That might be a good one to start off on here. Let's check the units here. Window, model info, and under units it says decimal feet. That'll be a good starting point for us to do that. File, import. Locate the image of the grid on the desktop with the planetarium shown right there. Import it in, lay it right there, and just place it anywhere. Well, place it of any size rather. And let's pan around. And let's see what the dimensions are. Looks like it's going to be 170 feet this way, 165 that way. You can tell because there's 3 extra here and there's 4 extra there. So it only needs to be 170 from right there all the way over to the other side. Right there. 170 feet. Enter. Do you want to rescale? Yes. Then we can zoom back, see how the person fits relative to the scale of our building. And also you can move this person over into the planetarium or just maybe up closer to the entrance to give you a reference for scale. Okay, and depending on the floor that you picked, there'll be different requirements on the inside in order to refer to your handout for those. We can go over to the planetarium area right here and use the circle tool. Somewhere between the E and the T, I think, is where the center of that is. Pull that out. You can see it does have a wall thickness. I didn't get it exactly right. I'll try to get it pretty close. Maybe hit Control Z if I don't like the placement of that. Get a little closer if I can. And also I want to use the offset tool, which is located right there. It is. Select the edge of this and pull that in arbitrarily. Let's use a half of a foot wall thickness like so. So 6 inches for the wall thickness. Using the push-pull tool will allow us to raise the side of this building here. If I can get right on top of that. Having difficulty with that, I found that if I click in that area, it helps me highlight it a little bit easier, and then that allows me to pull it up once I locate it. And I want that to be 12 feet height. And so there is the planetarium area right here. And we're going to assume that that extends all 4 floors, although the planetarium will probably only be on the first 2. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the top 2 floors in that case. We'll worry about that a little bit later. Okay, I'm going to start by putting a corner office right over here in this corner. You can start wherever you like. I'm just going to show you the basics here and then let you take off from there. I'm just going to only show you a couple of rooms. So starting with the rectangle tool, I can start on this edge. And suppose I have a big office over here in this corner. Maybe 25 feet. I can even make it 30 feet if I like, something like that. And then I could use the offset tool right here. Click here, and let's give that a little bit of a wall thickness there. And you notice it's having some trouble selecting that. What I've again found, if you come over here, click that surface, use this, then pull it in like so, 0.5 feet, like that. Zoom in. I can click the area that I'm trying to extrude outward or upward. Pull this up 12 feet. Use that in every case. Suppose I want a smaller office over to the side. In this case, I'll just kind of pan around here or orbit and then pan. And I think I'm going to put a 15 by 15 foot office right here, and my hallway is going to be right there, for example. So I can lock into the previous positions right here and right there. It'll lock in, pull over in this direction like so, select, offset. Again, I think it's going to be better if we select that surface first, then supply the offset of 0.5 feet, like that. Pull that up, 12 feet, enter. Wait, that's not the right one. I wonder if I didn't do this other one 12 feet. So let's go over here, measure that. We're going to make mistakes, so see, that's not the right height in that case. So I'm going to pull this up to, I guess, that height right there. Gives me a dotted line, allows me to correct some errors. So going back over here, I'll just say that I did that on purpose. And then select this edge right here, pull that up until it locks into position right there, hopefully. All right, good enough. Orbit around like this, pan back, and you see I got two rooms like so. We won't worry about putting the doorways in these on this video unless you would like to go into that detail. The main thing is to find the room spacings out, realize that there does have to be some wall thicknesses in these, and then make sure that you have access to every room through a hallway. All right, now what might be helpful is if I lay down the hallway next and maybe texture it with a different color so that it makes it easier to kind of lay out the rest of the building. So I'm going to start with putting down 10-foot hallway right down this area here. I'm going to worry too much about getting the dimensions exactly right, because if I get them a little bit wrong, what I can do is go over to the area, and you can see that I didn't really quite go in there. Well, I guess I did go 10 feet into that area. That's no problem, but maybe on the other end I wanted to go all the way out to this edge. I can highlight that edge of the square, or rectangle rather, and use the move tool, not the push-pull tool, to pull it out to that position. Then what I could use is the pencil tool to continue to make this. I'm going to put some 15 by 15 offices here in the middle. So I'm going to extend this out to that point. It gives me the offices, but I'm going to keep on going for the hallway. Then shoot back down this way a little bit, and let's see if it'll let me go all the way down there, right to about that point there, I think, and see if it'll line back up there. All right, doesn't look too bad. All right, and I really can't see the grid down here below, so what I can do is select this and hit the delete key, and it clears it off, but it leaves my lines in place there. And I can use the pencil to draw in the rest of the 10-foot wide hallway. Didn't quite hit that exactly. I could hit escape to do, and Control Z to undo that. See if I can get a little bit closer on my pin placement. You can see that this area that I'm shooting for is kind of, well, that circle or that oval shape that's right there. I can erase this so that I can texture all that, get the eraser tool, erase that line, click and drag across those like so. And then I can grab some textures. I think I just went into the tile area, wherever that is right there. Grab some tile, painted that just so it has a different background than the flooring in the offices, so that I can more clearly work around in the space as I continue the construction. Rectangle tool right here, put a 15 by 15 office right there. It does tend to cover the background, but again, if you select, hit delete, clear that out, and then you can zoom in on your workspace. Offset tool, like so, click, and 0.5 feet coming in like that. Select this area here and pull that up. That's going to be 12 feet. You see I didn't quite hit the line there, so I could pull this over a little bit like so, and then I can get on the inside of it, push pulling, and also using the measuring tool if I wanted to. Now if you want to do some kind of L-shaped rooms to help with the navigation of the space, Let's consider that we want to do that with this room over here, for example. What you can do is just lay down a rectangle in this area like so, and I believe you can just push-pull that out. You see it'll leave a wall right there. So we want to orbit around over here, and then we'll also have to select something just short of that. What I mean by that is grab a rectangle tool, but don't go all the way to that point. When we'll leave a little space here for a wall, so we can push that into this space like that. And you can see here we have kind of an L-shaped conference room or main office or Xerox room or whatever you have planned for the building. Continue all that all the way across the structure, making sure that all of the rooms have access to the hallway. Of course, this hallway that I've made here, you can come up with any design you want just based on your sketch. You can have this hallway extend around and so forth. If you need if you get stuck on anything or have difficulty manipulating or editing a figure, especially around that circular loop, please bring it up in class and I'll see if I can help with the problem. Hope this gets you started.